You guys, I'm whispering because there's tents out and I didn't want to wake them or be rude, right? So just to let you know, all you budding pool losers out there, we made it to 2,000 and we're marching on because we couldn't really be noisy while we were there, but you'll see some pictures. Made it there. Whoop whoop. Anyway, Craig. Whoop whoop. Our quiet little whoops this morning while everybody's sleeping, because I'll just do a little recap. We left Big Lake about 5:30 this morning, and I guess it's like, what was it, 3.4 or something to the pond, which was mile 2,000. So we are, that was pretty, hiking away to making our way to Olali, right?
Yep.
I don't know how many miles away it is.
A little over 50.
50?
50.
It's not too smoky this morning. The smoke really did roll in last night though. And
Cold this morning.
it was, yeah, it's cold this morning. Fingers. Probably should have had my gloves on, but you know, too lazy to dig them out because they're at the bottom of my bag. Anyway, I'll show you a little bit of our terrain here, and then we'll check back in later. Lots of blowdowns.
Back on the trail after leaving Squatch at mile 2,000. I had to run back 2 miles round trip to get him. Couldn't leave our good luck charm behind. But in the distance is 3 Finger Jack. And just wanted to give you a view of that mountain. Okay folks, off in the distance you'll see Mount Washington directly in front of us. To the left of Mount Washington is North Sister and Middle Sister. I took a picture a little bit ago and people would probably wonder what it was. I'm going to try to scan over a little bit. Unfortunately there's some burnt trees, but to the left of the two mountains that are together, which are the sisters, in the distance is Broken Top. Not sure if you can see it from here, but that's what we're looking at behind us. Walking away, heading north, and just wanted to identify those for you. I think Lori said, "Whoa," when she got around the corner and saw it.
Whoa, I hope that's not our trail.
Oh my goodness, whoa. Yeah, I hope that's not the trail going up either. But man, this is Three Finger Jack. Our first glimpse of Mount Jefferson. A pretty epic day with hitting a 2,000 mile mark. Three Finger Jack, the Sisters, Mount Washington, now Mount Jefferson. Couldn't be better.
Okay, you guys. we have hiked 4.5 miles. Well, 4. We have half a mile to go. And we're supposed to be going to, it's called Rock Pile Lake. Now, we have climbed like 1,100 elevation. And I keep thinking, and we're supposed to come to a lake. You guys, let me show you what we're climbing. And maybe you could tell me how a lake is going to fit in. In half a mile, there's going to be a lake. Now, how is this happening? How is a lake just going to pop out on this goat trail that we're climbing? Craig, are you in bewilderment?
I don't know. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed because I want there to be a lake and water and a place to camp because it's been a long day. But I'm looking down, straight down off this edge.
I'm precariously perched here.
People would freak out if they saw how close I was standing to the edge.
Yeah, it's a goat trail, that's for sure.
But supposedly there's a lake. So
all right,
we'll see.
We'll see. We'll keep you stay tuned. We'll keep you posted.
Good morning. We got it started a little past 5:30 this morning and started our morning with a vigorous climb up a hill.
Oh my gosh.
With a rocky climb, and now
Literally a goat trail.
Yeah, a goat trail, and now we're standing up on a flat plain on top of the
What's our elevation?
hill mountain. I think we're about 6,600 feet. Three Finger Jack off in the distance. There's a couple mountains behind us, and barely can see things because it's really smoky this morning. We stayed last night at Rock Pile Lake. Nice little lake. Washed our feet and legs off and got water and had a nice dinner and slept pretty good. Or at least I did. Today we're not going to do as many miles as we did yesterday. We ended up doing, Lori did 20.
20.3.
A little over 20.3. I did 22.5 because I forgot Sasquatch. I forgot Sasquatch back at the 2,000 mark, so I had to do 1.3 or 1.2 back to get him, and then back again. So a little extra miles. But today we'll only do probably around 16 or 17 because there's a couple zones that you can't camp in without a special permit. We don't have a special permit, and so we're going to time it that way.
We have to do, or we do 20
or 20 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to do 20 plus today.
Craig doesn't want to do 20 plus.
Well,
today.
maybe we can. We'll see. We'll see what happens. See how the temperature is and how the terrain is. But anyway, we're going to get down the trail. But before we do, I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what we're looking at this morning with the sunrise. So you can see the hazy smoke there off in the distance.
No.
As I pan, we've got Three Finger Jack there. We're kind of in a burn zone. We will be in a burn zone for quite a bit today, I think, which is sad to see all these forests burn, but that's part of nature, and we're also seeing the growth come back. Trying to give you a full 360. Lori going on up the trail. Mount Jefferson just peeking behind the trees there. And a little snow. Still some snow here and there, which is good because we can get some and let Lori ice her ankle. Anyway, there's the 360 view, and we'll get on down the trail.
This is Coyote Lake.
So far, no coyotes have been seen.
No coyotes have been located. We have heard a dog barking, but that's about it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's about 6 a.m., a little later start today.
It's more like quarters.
Huh? Cool.
5:55.
5:55, sorry. Going to talk a little bit louder because we got the Milky Stream running behind us, and in the background you can see beautiful Mount Jefferson. Yesterday, how many miles did we do, Lori?
18.1.
18.1, and today we've got a little shorter day. We've got about
13.8.
0.8 to
Olali
Lake. And I don't know what these resupply, it's almost like Christmas because I don't sleep very well because I'm excited to
Resupply days.
Resupply, and we're excited because
I
Brian,
don't really call it a town day, but
Yeah.
Mr. Fisher's bringing us a resupply box.
with
Mama Fisher.
Mama Fisher, which we're really excited to see them, and so appreciative of the efforts that Brian's made for us and helping us out, and you know, we can't do this alone, and so getting the help is just outstanding and wonderful. We're still in the Mount Jefferson wilderness. We'll be entering the Mount Hood wilderness today, which means we're getting closer to the border, which is exciting.
Like 115 miles or something?
Yeah, something like that. And so we'll have another surprise for our video coming up at Timberline Lodge. So something to look forward there. Not going to tell you what it is, but you'll have to watch the video to find out. Anyway, we're going to get up the trail. We want to get these miles done and get to Olali Lake and grab us a soda. And they have otter pops.
Really?
So excited to get an otter pop tonight. Need to mention that we're kind of in a little bit of a oasis. We're in a boundary area where you cannot camp within this section without a special permit. Our PCT permit does not allow us to camp within here. It's about 3.9 miles. A lot of it is posted that they're trying to rehab it. And I guess the particular thing is that today, trail will not look like this all day because we'll be going back in. We ended our day walking through a burn zone, and we're gonna be going back into the burn zone again, probably almost all the way to Olali Lake. It's really sad to see these burns. Try to imagine what it was like prior. I mean, I'm sure the forest was, and the trail was absolutely gorgeous, but I guess that's part of nature and how it revitalizes itself, but it's not the funnest to walk through, and it's kind of sad to see, but at least we have this that we can focus on this morning. Just really pretty wildflowers in bloom. No animals though. That's how it goes on the trail. So this is an old PCT emblem, and this is what a new one looks like. We're currently standing about 7,000 feet. We just almost to the end of our 1,100 foot climb this morning. Jefferson Lakes in the valley. We're pretty much up on the top here, as you can see. Still snow up here. It's really cold this morning. Had to get out the gloves as we were hiking. Always heading on up the trail. And we're almost to the end of the boundary. So we'll see what is in store for us. The rest of the trail, I think we got quite a bit of descent today. But this last part of the trail was really hard because it was really rocky. This is not rocky by any means compared to what we just climbed up. It was more like this, which makes hard go as you're going uphill, and especially with Lori's ankle. But she's done it, and like I said, we're almost to the top.
You look out there?
Yeah, the views. Frozen lakes down there below. Hazy smoke in the distance. Anxious to get our first glimpse of Mount Hood. Adding our rock to the pile. This is what fire does. And you can see a comparison between the burned out section and the section that didn't burn. The lakes stay. This is Brighton Bush Lake. But this is just like almost like a war zone. One of the New Zealanders said it's almost post-apocalyptic, what it looks like. Sad to see. morning.
Morning.
We are into our hike and we're almost to about 3.7 miles this morning. It's about, I don't know what time it is. Lori just looked.
An hour and a half, 7.
Almost 7. And we are entering the Warm Springs Indian Reservation, and they were kind enough to tell us to watch out for bears. And yesterday we walked about, she's hiding in the sun because it was putting a glare. Yesterday we only did about 13.
What?
Yeah, we didn't do that many miles.
Oh.
We did 13, 14 miles yesterday to Olali Lake. And we were rough miles because it was through a fire zone, incredibly rocky trail.
Yeah.
So it was slow. The only good thing about it was the sun was behind the clouds, so it was cooler, so it made it manageable, but it was kind of a miserable day. But
that wasn't the only good thing.
It was not the only good thing. There was other good things. Number one, they had a store that had cold drinks. Even though they have no electricity, they have cold drinks. But even better was our trail angel extraordinaire, Brian Fisher, and his mom drove all the way up to Olali Lake, 2.5 hours, but they stopped in Estacada before coming up and got 2 pizzas and delivered those to us along with our resupply. So we were able to have some pizza, which was absolutely delicious. And we cannot thank them enough for, doing that. I mean, it was just, it's humbling to think that people will help us like that, and very appreciate it. So hit a major milestone today.
Stop moving. Betting pool, 2050.
Yeah, 2050. We're gonna, hopefully the trail's gonna be pretty generous to us today. It looks like it's.
So we're gonna try and do.
We're gonna try to do 19-ish miles today, and we're getting closer to the border, which we're anxious about that. So we're gonna get on down the trail. Oh, by the way, the fire that we're walking through, pictures you seen, was the Lion's Head.
Yeah, sure.
Back in 2020, and it burned over 220,000 acres. I'm sure Brent will look that up and put a little graphic on there on our video, and give you a little bit more detail. So we're going to get on down the trail. We'll check in with you later.
Happy trails.
So a little bit of a monumental day, in addition to the other monuments, is it's raining for the first time on the PCT for us. Thus, we've got our rain gear on. It's not heavy rain, kind of a light rain, and sometimes when we're in the trees it's not so bad, but when you get out in the open space, we did have to go get some water at a spring wall, and all the shrubbery that we walked through was wet, which makes our feet, our shoes, and our lower pants all wet. So I'll show you. Not sure if you can tell, but my pants are all wet. My shoes are wet. Rain's dripping on the camera. Lori's on ahead. I'm sure this will pass and we'll walk everything dry, but at least it's keeping the temperatures cool as we walk down the trail. Anyway, just giving you an update.
Okay, so it's official. You've made it to Oregon in the Pacific Northwest when you see your first slug. Huh, Craig?
Yep.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thought we would check in and tell you how our day went. We did 19.1 miles today. This is a really, really nice
trail
section
Yeah.
of the trail. once we got past the first part of the rocks out of Olali Lake, the trail has just been nice. We've had like 4 small blowdowns. We're in the Confederated Tribes
Warm Springs.
Warm Springs section of the PCT.
So we're actually on the reservation right now.
So,
which is really unique for anyone that's been on Warm Springs. It seems like it's desert and sagebrush, but this part of the
trees.
reservation is trees and very beautiful.
We are at Warm Springs Creek.
River.
I
don't know.
So we had dinner and thought we would celebrate with a cold one.
Cold A&W that we hauled from Olali Lake.
And it's cold.
It is.
Because it rained today. Didn't really get overly warm. We met some Sobos, Vince and Tammy. They were fun to talk to. And what else? Tomorrow we're going to do 18.
We're going to be around 18, which will put us close to getting to Timberline Lodge, which we're excited about. And got to stay with us, because there will be a guest surprise.
Guest hiker.
We're excited about that. So anyway, it's really not that late here. It's only
about 5:53.
almost 6 o'clock. But we've been up since probably 4:30 this morning. We got into camp tonight. We got here pretty early, around 3.
Because the trail was so good.
Yeah.
The miles just went really fast.
So we hurried to set up our tent. Took a little nap.
You did?
I did. I dozed off for a little bit.
I read my book.
And that's the excitement in our life. Actually, having this cold soda is excitement. It's pretty good. So that's it for now.
With you
and
tomorrow.
We'll check with you in the morning.
Happy trails.
Happy trails. All right, we continue to hike along, still in the forest, still a little wet, but our moods were brightened by some news that there's trail magic at the horse camp. So our pace picked up a little bit. Actually, Lori was running down the trail because she didn't want to miss out on trail magic. So we've got about 2 miles before the horse camp, and we'll see what trail magic brings us. We heard rumor of it yesterday, but we figured it was Sunday and that would be the last day and they'd go home. Or no, I guess it was Monday. Oh, well.
You don't know what day it is.
I don't know what day it is. Today's Tuesday, actually, because I just looked at my watch. So we're going to continue up the trail and see what trail magic brings us. So we're entering the Mount Hood National Forest, meaning we're leaving the Warm Springs Indian Reservation. So we just left the horse camp and we're walking down the trail following the North Fork of the Clackamas River. But we stopped for trail magic and it was amazing. Basically, she had a sandwich bar with breads and different meats, different cheeses, tomatoes, chips, cookies, sodas, candy, red vines, and chairs to sit down around a gas fire pit. This lady had,
Her name's Connie.
Connie, had driven her horse trailer up and her 2 horses there, and she's there for how long? Like a month, or until the food runs out. I mean, they had a separate trailer from their horse trailer that was just full of cases of sodas and supplies. And so far, she's had, since Thursday, has had 150 hikers come through and enjoyed some trail magic. So it was really nice. We stayed there about an hour, hour and a half, relaxed, ate our sandwiches, cookies. I took a soda to go, and just incredible generosity. And it was nice to sit with some other hikers and enjoy that trail magic. So we've got some miles to go. I think our next stop is going to be around Timothy Lake, checking it out. And so we'll get back and show you some more down the trail. We've made it and have a good view of Timothy Lake here. I wish it was sunny, but clouds are out, kind of keeps it cool. Trail has been beautiful since the horse camp, and we're just kind of following the lake as it goes around. And it's a nice day on the trail. Got our rain jackets off now. It's warmed up. Not getting wet, which is always nice. I think our pants are dried out, except for Lori's muddy back of her pants. Here, let me get a close-up of the back of your pants. Oh, this goes how things go on the trail. So we are at Little Crater Lake, which I didn't even know that existed. It's 43 feet deep, 45 feet deep, and a constant 34 degrees temperature. And you can see all the way to the bottom. It's just incredible. Absolutely beautiful. Cerulean blue, just like Crater Lake. So if it weren't cloudy, the clouds have kind of cleared off, that would be Mount Hood in the distance. Kind of disappointed that we're not able to see it, but hopefully tomorrow the clouds will clear off and we'll get a good glimpse.